What up, guys? It's your brother Joe here, and welcome back once again to my F1 2020 My Team Career Mode. This is Season 2. We are now at Baku. If you haven't seen my last one, which was done at Monaco, I strongly urge you to go back and watch that. That was a great race, and I've seen that I've had a good number of views on that as well. People were actually checking that one out. So you know what? Thank you so much to everybody that went and checked out my Monaco career mode race. If you haven't already, I promise you won't be disappointed. But this is your spoiler warning for it. So if you haven't seen it, go back and check it out. Right, we are now here at Baku, and the last one in Monaco, we took the win, and we started debating, are we in this championship fight? Let's see how we can follow it up here. We've got through Q1 and Q2, and Antoine Hubert looking very quick in Q2 there, so it looks like we've got some work to do, and our teammates getting up to speed as well. But here we are, getting through the first couple of parts of qualifying and getting our second pole position in a row. That is some good form we are on at the moment, and if the race goes on in that way, we are going to be unstoppable.
But don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix. And a warm welcome to you from Azadlik Square, heart of Baku and home, of course, to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With high speeds, tight corners and few runoff zones, many are expecting a safety car here today, so our drivers will have to stay very much on their toes and hopefully away from the barriers. With 20 turns and a length of 3.7 miles, Baku City Circuit in the heart of the Azerbaijan capital is a real test of a driver's endurance, patience and precision. 90-degree corners through Sector 1 lead into a tightening uphill sprint as we start to circle around the old city. Then a 1.4-mile chase flat out through Sector 3 towards the finish line. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Oldtimer lines up on pole position and Alexander Albon lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Ricciardo, Carlos Sainz and Hubert, Leclerc, Norris, Vettel and Lewis Hamilton, Stroll, Perez, Max Verstappen and Ocon, Kvyat, Giovinazzi, Kimi Raikkonen and Pierre Gasly, Magnussen, Grosjean, Russell and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
But in order to be unstoppable, first we have to complete 26 laps of this Baku street circuit. It is lights out and away we go. Albon just does not get off the line at all, and we are going to lead quite comfortably into the first corner. And Bottas has made up a position on Albon, and Ricciardo is also up to third. So Daniel Ricciardo, an incredible start in the Renault there as we head down the back straight for the first time. There was a yellow flag, I couldn't see what it was for, but we have completed the first lap nicely in the lead, and we've got a second and a half to Bottas. We are killing this race. However, one thing we are doing, because we did qualify on the soft tyres, is that we are going to have to take a two-stop strategy. I don't like one-stopping it round here. I'm just not a fan. I've always struggled on the hardest tyres on F1 games. It's probably because of how long they take to warm up, but for me, I've never gelled well with them. Even since F1 2011, when we only had options and primes, I really struggled on the prime tyre. So, I'm doing soft, well, I was planning to do soft, medium for the strategy, but things happened, as you will see later in the race. But here we are then at the end of lap 5, making our first pit stop, taking on the first set of mediums, and we are going to go probably lap 16ish. I don't know, don't plan anything at this stage of the race. You can never make plans. Right, we are now down to P17 and we are in the pack right now, so there is going to be a lot of overtaking to do. Raikkonen, I don't know what he was doing there, but we were able to go round the outside of him, and now we have got a huge jostling pack of cars. We've got Stroll, Ocon and Kvyat ahead of us. I'm trying to find a way past Kvyat first and just worry about Ocon and Stroll later, who are side by side round there. We've got Kvyat now. Next up is Esteban Ocon. Are we going to take a dive up the inside here? Yes, we are. Next up is Lance Stroll. So that is some fairly impressive overtaking there by us, if I may say so myself. In fact, you know what? I am going to say so myself. I am going to big myself up. It's important. Self-love is important. Anyway, Lance Stroll getting it very sideways out of the left right there. Not really a corner you want to be drifting in. I've done that before, and honestly, I just felt my whole life flashing in front of me. But we've got past Lance Stroll. We're into P11 now, which is P9, because cars are starting to pit. And Daniel Ricciardo has come out just behind me, so getting involved with traffic is not helping my cause here. And what's especially not helping me is Giovinazzi is backing me up into Daniel Ricciardo. So I need to get past this Alfa Romeo as quickly as humanly possible. Meanwhile, we're watching a McLaren and a Mercedes going wheel to wheel just as the McLaren comes in the pits. Oh, that's awkward. McLaren are going to have Mercedes engines next season. Giovinazzi having a look at a very strange part of the circuit there. I am amazed that didn't end in a collision. I wasn't expecting to have a look there, but my heart was in my mouth. And again, as I mentioned before, my life flashed in front of my eyes. Giovinazzi getting past me on the straight, and Daniel Ricciardo able to follow through. And I dare not dive bomb out of fear of just smashing into Giovinazzi. So Daniel Ricciardo taking complete opportunity here. And you can see there how Ricciardo just... well, he just Daniel Ricciardo'd me there. Complete faith in the car, and, well, you don't expect anything less from Daniel Ricciardo, do you? Right, it's lap 8. Now trying to find a way back past Ricciardo. I've tagged him. I've hit the curb, and I've gone round there. That's a very strange mistake to make, and I'm now trying to recover my way back onto the circuit. I've caused a traffic jam, though, and I've accidentally reversed into Stroll, which means a 5-second time penalty. And you can see there, it's just a matter of clipping the curb, and the car is just unsettled. I do have to apologise for reversing into Lance Stroll, though. That was not my intention at all. That was a very silly mistake to make. We're now racing again, and once I make my next pit stop, I will have a penalty. We've gone round the outside of Lance Stroll in the first corner. We've got the lead back. Next up is Daniel Ricciardo, who is absolutely charging in this race. Ricciardo is driving an incredible race. He is just gone at this point and already checking out. He's a second ahead of us. That is some pretty good pace in his Renault. And, well, at a time where I'm looking at potential Season 3 teammates, because through this career mode, I will be changing my teammate every season. So when I'm looking for drivers who I'm thinking will be a strong Season 3 teammate, you know, this isn't a bad way of going about it. I've just set the fastest lap, though. Just letting Ricciardo know that I am not going to drop back. He is not going to get a moment's rest from me. And oh dear, that's Daniel Ricciardo right in front of my eyes, blowing up. His engine has gone from the race lead. That is revolting luck for Daniel Ricciardo. And I imagine that he will be telling the Renault team to just save it if they apologise. Carlos Sainz now also dropping out of the session. We now have a safety car out. You're going to see here Carlos just cruising to a stop, demonstrating the SF1000 at full speed before it stops. Oh God, Ferrari fans are going to execute me for that one. Right, into the pits we come now for our second pit stop, and we are going to serve that 5-second time penalty that we obtained for reversing into Lance Stroll earlier in the race. Bit of a clumsy move by myself, especially when, you know, there's a championship on the line. But it looks like we're not going to lose too many positions. In fact, we are down to 4th. And that is a cheeky little exploit that I have found where I can serve a time penalty during the safety car. And I'm fully taking advantage of that one. Right, we are now getting ready to resume racing again. And the first car I've got to pass is Lewis Hamilton. That's a cheeky one round the outside, isn't it? Hamilton's having none of that. I've got to really think this one through. Diving now back to the inside, and again, Hamilton not easy to pass at all. And why would he be? He's Lewis mofoing Hamilton. He is a 6-time world champion. This year to become a 7-time world champion. in IRL, of course, why would he be easy to pass? We've got to think this one through here. Right, we're now going to have to take advantage of the fact we've got fresh soft tyres. He's on old hards going round the outside here. This is looking like a move that we can complete down the inside, and still Hamilton holding on for dear life to P3. And again, why expect any less from Lewis Hamilton? A little bit of contact there. Little bit of a love tap, but we'll just about get away with that one as we head into the castle section. And Lewis Hamilton just proving very difficult to get by there. Fair play to him for holding on very well, but now we're going to go full send down the inside here. And no, he's covered that as well. So we're going to now go around the outside and we complete the move. And that is how you school a world champion right there. Come on, Lewis, step it up. I'm kidding, of course. Anyway, we're now up to Valtteri Bottas for P2. Max Verstappen is a couple of seconds down the road. So if we want to get the race win, we have to get Valtteri Bottas as well. And he is not going to be the easiest to pass at all. In fact, he's going to prove quite difficult to pass as well because he is in a Mercedes. But we've got the slipstream, we've got the DRS. In fact, I don't think we have got DRS just yet because they haven't activated it after the safety car. But we're now using everything we have at our disposal to try and get past. Sending it down the inside there of the first corner. And that is that move done. But Bottas not liking that. He's coming straight back at us. We've given him space down the inside. And he's kind of understeered a little bit there while we've been on the right of him. He's gone into us. That's some mild front wing damage on my part. And I squeezed Bottas out there to let him know what I think of that one. But we have moved up into P2. And a little bit of a kiss of the barrier there. That's not going to help my front wing. But now with mild damage, I am chasing down Max Verstappen for the win here at Baku. This is going to be a close one. I am pushing for all my worth to try and get past him. And, well, we have not been as unstoppable as I would have liked in this race. You know, that minor spin and the 5-second time penalty definitely costing me quite significantly there. But now we are trying to catch Max Verstappen on this, the last lap. And I'm just wondering if we can get close enough. Will we be able to just blast past on the straight by the start-finish line? That is my one hope there. As that's a little bit of a cheeky corner cut. But that didn't gain me too much as we now come into the last couple of corners here. And it is time to just throw everything we have to offer. Everything we've got left at Max Verstappen. We have everything at our disposal now. We're giving it ERS, Rich Mix, and we're going to switch on DRS. Are we going to make it? We are getting closer and closer. Is it enough? No, it isn't. Max Verstappen takes the win, and we were just not close enough.
Thank you.
Here we are then, it's victory in Azerbaijan. Great work from the whole team here at the track and back at the factory as well. And some pretty handy driving for good measure. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
Baku once again throwing up a race of high drama, and look at the gap between myself and Verstappen. I mean, that is ridiculous. You've got Bottas in 3rd, Leclerc 4th, Norris in 5th, Giovinazzi in 6th. That's a great drive by him. Then you've got Ocon, Hamilton, Stroll and Kvyat, and Hubert just not making the top 10 again. And when we're coming up to mid-season negotiations, I kind of need a little bit more from my teammate, especially as I'm going for the championship. I'm 11 points off now, and Max Verstappen has now taken Valtteri Bottas as the leader of the championship. Oh, you can't take your eyes off this for 1 minute. It is insane this season. Well, I'm going to leave you with the highlights reel. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe, take care.